Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Dyson Sphere Program. Right, so last time we basically made all this crap, then we're going to set up some ridge stuff. So what I've gone ahead and done is obviously made a few oil refineries because we're going to need those. I reinforced the iron node because it kept getting really low down the end. So I've reinforced that, and now we're actually backing up quite well. So we've got this whole line here, the two coming into a splitter, and then the splitter is then obviously splitting off. There's no priority on that splitter, it just splits that way anyway. So down here we've obviously got our two input lines for glass and stone. So we should be good there. Now we need some red cubes. So if I've let this go for not very long at all actually, and we're already backing up on all of the stuff that we actually need for this time. So that's good. We're already into the second. Well, not into the second storage. We're most of the way through the first storage of here, which is quite good. So we've got quite a few blue, and now I'm going to take some blues because I want to just basically speed that up so that we've got that there. So when we make the red ones, we can just literally start, and that should be good. Right, now there is a couple of things that we need to do. So we need to find some oil, which I believe is down in that direction. So if we click on here, yeah, there we go. So crude oil is already over there, so it would be stupid not to take, taking one down here or two over here. We may as well take the 5 or so 6 over here. So we're going to go in that direction. Obviously we're going to need some power, but we've got plenty of power cables. We're not producing power cables at the moment because they're really simple to produce, so I haven't bothered. We are going to need to produce some other stuff when we can. So these things, I haven't really found a massive need for those. I mean, obviously they make these things, which then make that. Oh, they do make the oil refineries, so that might be something in the future that we'll take. But we're producing these. Maybe we should produce these. And it also produces an oil extractor. So do we have an oil extractor? We don't at the moment, really. I thought we. Oh, hang on, it's in the extraction tab. We don't know, so we need. Oh, look at that. Funnily enough, we need the one thing that I said I'm not producing. Let's go over and grab some glass from the belt. So over here, we'll just grab a whole bit. Now remember when I said that if you press left click and hold it down, you just basically scoop up as much as you want. Let's go back into here. We need, actually we'll go into there, so collection, and we need these things, which I'm guessing we now need more of them. So let's go grab some of that. There should be a storage crate with some of those in, shouldn't there? Didn't we have a storage? I thought we had an abundance of those things at one point. Maybe we just need to make some more. Yeah, there they are. Going into there. Oh right, they're going in to make blue. So we're actually running out of those. Actually, those are the one things that we're not producing enough of. Not for the blue, anyway. Alright, well we'll leave that as it is. We'll take some out of here. So that's fine. And then we just need some of that. So that should be this. So we'll grab a whole bunch of that. Down in the bottom left hand corner you can see how much you've just picked up and how much you've got left in your inventory. So you're picking up 1 and you've got 50 in there also. So that should be good. Right, let's double click that and we can create one of those. We only need one of these for the moment. Just to get it started really. Right, so we're producing this, we're producing that. We need to start producing that at some point. We need to produce that at some point, and we need to produce these, and we've got so many things we need to produce. Alright. We got the basics out of the way and done with. Now this is chip component, I think, that works on a chip component, but we need to go and we need to start producing the red cubes. So let's get over here to, now where should we start? Actually we're going to start this here. because this is a nice flat area. So that's not too bad. That is actually, when we've started this production, we're going to have to go back over there, and we've got one more thing to start producing. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this round, pressing the R key, and we're going to dump that down here. We're going to put a sorter in place right at the beginning, and then we're going to pull that down to here. We're going to push that out to that one, and then we're going to give this power, and we're just going to run the power to the side for the moment, just to hook it up to the grid. And that should, that might not actually, might be a bit too far away. So let's, there we go, that one will hook up to the grid. Right, so they're going to hook up the grid. We should get power any second, and then we should start getting stuff coming out. What's in there? That's just stuff. That's nothing. That's nothing, and that's nothing. What's this one? That one's got titanium, so we'll definitely take this one, because we're going to be building around here, so we don't really want to worry about what we're knocking down. Right, so first things first. Now there is a way of producing this, which I saw on a YouTube video, which I thought was really good. However, we don't have the first. We need the cracking, right? The cracking research to do it. So to get some red cubes right at the very beginning, we're going to need to do it the old way, or the horrible way. So this is the first one. So this will always be the same. Then what we do is we put a second one down. So it's going to be 2 gaps, like so, and then 2 gaps on this side, and that will be our first group. And then what we'll do is we'll put another group of 3. So we'll have the output for this one coming out to here, and then going up, and then the output of this one going 3. So 1, 2, 3 to go to there, and then when we actually put this one there, that should give us a T-junction, which, yeah, it doesn't look very good, but you know, it is. Right, so that's that. So then our next group of 3 will actually start here, which I'm going to put in place now. I'm not going to hook it up, but I am going to put it in place. And then obviously we go across 2, and then we go across 2. We're going to need to flatten that terrain, but we'll worry about that in a moment. Right, so this one here is going to accept in oil, and it's going to get us the refined oil and obviously hydrogen. And the hydrogen will combine with energetic graphite. That will combine and give us, hopefully, red cubes. Energetic graphite and hydrogen. So let's see if this is ready to be hooked up, which it is. So we're going to take this to the very end, and then we're going to hook it up with a fast connector, and that will then start producing in a moment. We're going to put this down right in the front because that is the best place that I found for it, and that will then start producing what we actually need. So what we're going to do to begin with is we are literally going to run the output or the extract to the right, and we're going to put it, see, we're quite far away from the energetic graphite. So what we're going to do is we're just going to output the hydrogen. We're actually just going to output it here because it'll be easier to collect the hydrogen from here. And we're going to manually produce the red cubes for the moment until we can get enough to get this cracking sorted. Then we can produce to our heart's content, so that'll be fine. So that one there, and then what we need to do is we need to do this output, but we need to tab and only produce the hydrogen that way. And then what we will do is we will grab, so we're going to set these up anyway. So we're going to go from the second one here, so here around, and then up and past the last one, across, down, and we're going to come down to here. And we're going to do exactly the same on this one, up, down, across, and then back down. Okay. Now what we're also going to do here is going to go 3 across that way. So that's going to be the output for the graphite, this, or the graphene, or whatever it is, and this is going to be the output for the hydrogen. Now the hydrogen is going to get here. Now we put 2 sorters on top, and then we are going to go over to here, and we're going to follow this line of the earth, and we're going to put 2 sorters here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the top 2 together, and then the bottom 2 together, right? So basically we've got 2 tiers. We've got the top and the bottom tier, right? Now, as this gets completed, you'll probably see where I'm going with this. However, this one comes out and across, so we're good here. Now we do need to have the sorters as well up there, so we're going to produce 2 here. Now that one didn't take, probably because I didn't do that. There we go. Right, so that's going to be there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go from the top to the top, so top to top, and that will make that one. Now obviously this is chugging along quite nicely. This needs to move just the oil at the moment to each side, okay? Because we can't select these to be anything else other than what they currently have, but we will need to move the oil to one side at the time being. So for the time being, or at the time being, for the time being, we're going to put that directly into one of these. You guessed it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put here, and we're going to output the oil. Oh, actually, we're not going to use one of those. We're going to do it smart. The oil is going to be here in one of the tanks, because the tanks hold a lot more oil. In fact, actually, like, you could put a tank here, but we're not going to need it for that long, so that'll be fine. Right, so we've got this. We've got our oil going out there. This is now producing. Oh, hang on. The oil isn't coming out the back there, so let's put that down, and we tab. Oh, hang on. Why can't we? Wow, really? That's not allowing me to do the output to the back. I wonder why. It's trying to get to there, really? Okay, let's get rid of that. Well, I don't know what's happening there, but we'll just have to. I guess we'll just have to output it over here. We'll just collect it. We'll just put the tank down, and we'll just collect it here then. Like, we'll just pull it off of the conveyor belt and straight into the tank. If we get rid of these 2 sections, it will just go straight into the tank, and then what we'll do is we'll extract it directly on, and we can always kill that in a minute. So there we go. That will output quite happily over there to the tank. That will continue to produce hydrogen then, and then we'll just grab the hydrogen in a minute once we've sorted that out. Now what we will do is hook up the rest of this. So these things here are all going to be fine. This one, the first one, is going to be an output of that. The second one is going to be an output of graphite. The first input here is going to be input back in, and then the second one will be oil going, so oil across here. What one was that one? That one was oil, so that one will be hydrogen going across there, and then there will be hydrogen going across here, and then this one will be picking back up. This one will be exporting the hydrogen, and the back one will be exporting the graphite. Okay, I know that looks complicated, it's not. This one is going to hook up to the top. So if you do that, it will naturally hook up, which is quite cool. So we're going to do that. Then over on this section, we're going to do exactly the same. This middle one still needs to be the first one. And we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to go from the second one here around. We're going to go up, around, and down, and that will hook up to the first conveyor there. Yep, there. And then this one here will go second. Actually, it won't go that far down. It will go the next. There we go. There. It will go that far down. Okay, so that one up and around and down and into the conveyor. Then what we need is we need 2 more sorters over here. So we're going to put 2 on top of each other, just so that we can get that to link to there. And then what we can do is we can kill those sorters. And we can kill a couple of chains out of that. That's fine. So this is now almost hooked up. Then what we'll do is we'll come out of here to here and then up to there. And then again, like I said, the back one is always going to be the energetic, and then this one is always going to be hydrogen. The input on the first one is just there. This one is going to be hydrogen, and also a second one which is going to be the oil and hydrogen going into the second one here as well. Hydrogen will go into there, the hydrogen will come out of here, the energetic will come out there, and then that is all linked. I know it needs power, which is why I left the space here, because if you put a power pylon there, it will actually hook up to all of the sorters and everything like that straight away. So once that's built, obviously you need another power pylon here, so that, because it's just a little bit too far away, but I usually put one there just to cover the backside, and that should, there we go, that will cover all the power. Now when we do actually get the extra one, I'll be able to show you why we set it up this way. Okay, so let's go back over to here, and we need to check on how much hydrogen. Alright, we've got a little bit. Oil is not a problem, we can reroute that back into the system, so that's not a massive deal. So let's fly over to here and get some graphite, whatever. Energetic graphite, there we go. So if we get some graphite, now if we go and make some red cubes, so we'll make them in batches of 10. So we can make 36 at the moment, we need 400. Yeah, I know, right? However, it'll be easier for us to, might not be easier for us to make it actually, it might be cheaper to get them to make it, but we'll take a batch of graphene, or graphite, and we'll wander over here. Now obviously it's going to take it from our inventory, so we won't actually see these being made, which is not a problem, don't really mind. What we will do though is, there's no benefit of having these here at the moment, so I'm going to steal 3 of them, and I'm going to go over here so that we can produce the items that we need, and we will just feed them from here. So if I grab these 3 and just dump them there so that they're close, and then what we can do is we can take the sorter out of there and feed those. We're going to make the red cubes, and then we will take one of these from this side and feed that into there, and then we will feed this up with that. Now if you press Control and click, it will transfer every bit of that inventory. If you press Shift and click, it will only transfer that stack. Obviously we need some power, so we'll put some power here, and then you should be producing red cubes. We also need a place for that to go, so let's just dump that out here. So this first way of doing it is the way that you get started, because as soon as you get this research, that research unlocks cracking, and as soon as you can crack it, you can then unlock the way of basically automatically building the red cubes. Now obviously we need 300 and something of these still, so we're going to have to come back to that, but that should, right, how much is that using? That is using, red cubes use 2, so that should give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 200, 300, 400, 400 cubes. Alright, and it's producing them relatively quickly, so that's not too bad. Alright, cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to build another couple of things. So what are the other things that we really need? We don't need to mass produce most of this stuff. These we do. These we need a lot. So I think what we'll do is we'll mass produce those now, because it makes it easier in the long run. We use them a hell of a lot in the machines that we do. So we need to do 2 iron, 3 iron really, because you've got 2 per. So 3 iron, 4 of those. So I would say 2 iron, and then just kind of wait. So 2 iron, 2 of those, one more iron, so that's 3 iron plus, because this one here is iron and that, so iron and copper, so 3 iron, 1 copper. We don't have enough, so we can't even produce another one, so let's steal from you because you're golden, and we'll steal from you because your production's halted as well. So let's see if we can get one of these again made. We just need one more. Right, so we need some of them, which is here. So let's move a little bit closer, and we'll steal those. Let's just get one more. Actually, we get a couple more of them done. Right, so we're good there. So let's get our smelters down. So we need 4 down. That one, yeah, so that one, and then we need a few of them. We're going to need a few of those. Right, so you are going to do that, you are going to do that, and you are going to do that. And you are going to do that. Okay, you are going directly into the thing. You are probably not going directly into anything, I would have thought. No, you're on your own. You need gear and you need that. Right, so this one I'm going to do slightly different because we need a lot of this stuff, so I'm actually going to queue it up now. So we're going to do you. We're going to get you down here. Probably a little bit further. Perfect. We're going to get a power pole right there, and that should produce us, give us the power. So here we're going to hook you up to there, to there, to there, and then you get the copper. So you're all hooked up, so you're good. Right, you are producing stuff, so you are just going to hook straight. Ah, shit, it's too close. Alright, I thought it might be. Alright, so here you're going to go 1 and then 1 back. Doesn't matter because we've got these faster connectors now, so that's cool. So you're good. You need to go directly into one of these. Purely and simply because you're going to be making those, right? So you and you, so let's have a look at our recipe. You and you, right, so we're already sorted for you guys. You are going to output to not close, so you are going to output to here. So we're going to hook you to there, so that's you producing that. You're good. You two now need one of these, like so, and you need to be hooked up to both, and then you need to be producing these. Alright, then we need another one of them right here. Now, do we want extras? Yes, we do. Alright, so we want storage in the future of this stuff, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this overflow method so that once it slows down, and once it's finished all the stuff that it needs to do, then we'll be basically storing an excess of these 2 items, which is stuff that we need anyway. So you two go into there, you then get the whole I'm going to be you, and then we need to decide how many of you we actually need in the system. So here you're good, you then come to there and then go out into there. You also need a power pole, so we'll put a power pole in there. You should now be producing these things once you've got the items. Now you need that one to come from down there as well. So we go there and around, and you should be fine. And then, alright, so you should come out of there and onto there, and out of there and onto there. Now you should be producing these. Now there is a way of limiting storage. Now if I did this, right, it would be a stack of however many, and this many times. So what I can do is I can actually shrink this down to hold a certain amount of stacks of items. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually only just going to have 4 in here, because we really don't, in fact you don't really need 4 stacks of this, but I am going to hold 4 stacks in there. And as you can see, they're produced relatively quickly. I mean, our only issue is this. And that's not even an issue really. I mean, it's going backwards and forwards as quickly as it can. So it's the transport. It's not the production, it's the actual transport of the items which is the worst. So we can try and speed that process up by putting in another lane for that to be in, like so. You're producing those as quickly as you can. This is not going to keep up, so that extra lane is not really going to make any difference whatsoever, so we might as well just take it out. If we, or when should I say, we get to the point where we're actually producing a massive surplus and we've got, like, you know, hundreds of machines doing each one, then that will work perfectly fine. But that's gonna just mosey on down and just poodle along quite happily. So you can't get your items out fast enough, and you are not starved of items though, so it doesn't matter. Alright, cool. So yeah, you're making these. We've got another 10 or 22. There we go, 22 of those already. And then, yeah. So these and these I definitely stack up because, well, that's just, we need a lot of those all the time. Let's go and check on our red production. So we've got 60. Okay, so we're up to not as many as we needed before. Alright, so the production issues that we have is hydrogen. So let's go hook up the next in the series, and we'll do exactly the same what we're doing now with the hydrogen, which is pulling the hydrogen out and over into here. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We can either go around or we can go across. I think what we might do is go around. Or actually we might, no, we won't need to. We can use the sorter. Yeah, the sorter would be good. Alright, so if we get a sorter over here and we tab and change it to one of these, what we should be able to do is get it quite close and then take, so click, that's not going to work. Here, press up on the keyboard and you can see that we go up a level, so it increases the height of the levels. So if we go to, yeah, see, that's not going to work, that's too close. Actually what we could do is we could move that one back slightly, because just as long as we've got an input we should be good. In fact, actually we could just turn it this way. No, that won't work either. Oh no, well, it will actually, because we can take the items out there. Alright, okay. So what we'll do is we'll put that there and we'll put a level starting from here across and into the sorter. So you can see that this is all like a higher level. And then what we'll do is we will go back down, pressing the down key, and we will filter out this to here. And then we'll do starting here and then click onto the end and it will automatically raise up. And then what we'll do is we'll export obviously the hydrogen, so press tab and you can select your filter. You can also set these filters other ways, so there are other ways to do this, although this doesn't really like what I'm trying to do. What the? So if I go here, why is it trying to do all the way over there? That's what I can't quite get. Is it because this is just not right? Let's go in a bit closer. Let's move that there, give it a bit more room, and then let's click that one there. Ah, there we are. Yeah, it's because I didn't have enough of a gap. Alright, so that will output you. You now need to be removed to there so that we can then hook you up to here. We are going to again hook you just straight down for the moment. We're going to click on there and we're going to output the oil, and again we're going to shove that into a tank, which I don't have, and I only need iron. Right, okay. Let's go back and get some iron. Let's fly because it's a bit quicker. So there's the iron, so we'll get a couple of stacks of that and we'll go back. Let's grab that, shove those in there. Alright, we'll come back down to here. And literally we're just gonna make one of these and dump it into there. Make a couple of those actually. We'll dump that into there. So the storage tank, we could use the storage tank which is over there, but I can't bother to route all these cables over there, only to have them removed like literally within a few minutes. I say a few minutes, probably about half an hour or so. But we'll get that started. So this is the wrong one, bollocks. Right, okay. I actually did it off of the wrong one instead of the one here. Awesome. Alright, so we'll do you into you. That's sorted you out. We will then delete all you lot, because that needs to go that way. We'll delete you and that, and then we'll get you sorted there. We will put you into the middle, like so. Put you into there. Okay, so if you move this, move your mouse and then click to it and then press R, you flip it from corner to corner. So that's kind of a nice little trick. Right, so you are going, alright, so no, this is not going to work. This is too steep. We need a couple before we then go up. There we go. So that will work. Well, that should work. So now we should be able to go U is hydrogen, U is oil. You should input oil. Now you should start working. Right, cool. So you're producing a lot more. Well, you should be producing stuff. There we go. Right, you're producing stuff. You're good. Over here, we can literally just go out the bottom and then there, and then input from here into there. And then that will then supplement our research speed is too slow. Yeah, I know. We need to increase the speed. I'm trying to do that, but I need this research to increase the speed. So, like, get on with it. Right, so that should be good. We should be getting. All right, we've got 5 there, so hopefully we'll get a bit more. 6, yeah. So it is increasing. So we should be able to get. We should be able to see the second one turn on very shortly. We may not get there. That's 9, that's 8, that's 9. Come on. We need 10 in here, and then it goes up to the next level. 10, then the next level. So we should see this one. Come on. Or is it 20? No, it's 10. We're not producing enough. Oh no, it's 20 in there, sorry. Alright, so we got to wait until that produces 20. Otherwise we'll just grab those. Right, so everything is set up apart from this end one, and then obviously the storages. Alright, we should be good. We should be good. This should do about 6 or 9, or maybe even more. Depends on the speed at which it runs. But it should produce quite a few. So, alright, we've got 250 odd to go. We've got 18 in here, so we are producing now a surplus for the first one. Obviously it takes a little while for that to build up. We're on 19, we should see the second one. As soon as this hits 20 and then 21, there's the second one. So we add an overflow that time. So this will then fill back up and then produce another one in there. Perfect, alright. So it's not quite keeping up, but it's bursting a couple of times every so often. So 242 shouldn't take too long. We're going to be back in the next episode because this has taken way too long. However, we are producing these at like an automated but very slow speed. The next episode, I'll show you exactly how you set this up for insane amounts. Now, we could just bring these for online, but waiting a little bit kind of doesn't bother me. So we'll wait for a little while and we'll set this up properly, because you know it just makes it much easier to set it up properly the first time, rather than just keep changing and rerouting things and all that kind of crap. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll leave this to run and we'll come back in the next episode and we'll sort out the proper version of the red cube production. I will also hunt around and see whether we've got a copper and a iron node very close together, so that we can mass produce our blue cubes as well. I think that's a plan. That is a plan. Anyway, I've been Syntosis. You've been awesome. Leaders.